Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. While I share this video, uh, I share that video. But anyway, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sweet the Podcast. This is episode womp, 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 30, and I just realized that is a milestone. So this is a very special episode. This is the 30th episode. This is real shit, and I'm proud to say that. It's almost as old as me. Not quite. Damn. But also today is the 4th year since post. I don't want to call it an anniversary because that shit is not really nothing to celebrate. So this show is dedicated to all 49 of those victims of post and the survivors as well, the countless survivors. But on this episode, we do have a special guest, an amazing talent. We were supposed to have him on weeks ago, but you know, the uprising came, the revolution happened, so I had to be out in these streets fighting for my right. But okay, the guest that we have is none other than the actor, author, a host, singing some, modeling some, all the things that I'm not. Here he is, Leland the Chad, the Williams.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey.
How you doing, baby?
That's what I need. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yes.
How you doing over there in LA?
Look, you know I'm blessed and highly favored, fine and wine. Come on now. Come
Always.
On. You already know Pensacola's fine as 850. You know I stand up for mine.
Pete Cola.
You know, you already know. How are you? I'm so glad we got to do this. So
I'm glad too.
I'm elated.
This is a long time in the making, actually, because if y'all don't know, I had his brother on, my boy C-Dub, Charles Williams, is his brother, activist. And I'm going to give y'all a disclaimer. That's why I'm not going to be talking this much, because you hear that clicking, it's after me. And it's not for him. So I'm going to get right into this shit. So Leland, please tell us a little bit about where you're from and just a little bit about your upbringing, and tell them a little bit about your time in Pensacola, what it is.
Look, me and Will go way back to high school. Come on, Woodham High School.
Heights.
And, you know, I grew up in Pensacola, Florida. I'm a twin brother of an amazing twin by the name of Lance Colby. My older brother is Charles C-Dub Williams. He's an activist. And, by way of Alabama, you know, we got roots all the way from Monrovia, Alabama, one of the literary capitals of the world. And I love my hometown. I love everything about it. I'm one of the few people who I can't shit on my city for nothing, because I still ride and die for mine.
Hello.
See me about that. If that's what you want this fade, you can have it. No kidding. No, all my family's there. I ride for the 850 all day, every day. And it was an amazing upbringing, to say the least. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm quite spoiled when it comes to the family dynamic. Clearly, as a twin, there's nothing that, you know, beats that. So, you know, that's my MO all day, every day, which actually is the title of my soon to be book called Twinning. And Pensacola has always been great to me. Everybody there is, you know, I'm a byproduct of, you know, such one of the first establishments in this godforsaken country that we come on. But it did me well. It really did me well. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for Pensacola, Florida. So thank you for all the hardships and the blessings. It made me who I am. So Florida bred by way of Alabama and Georgia, but I'm here in California now. I'm out here in Los Angeles. I stopped in New York for a bit, and then I came to LA almost 10 years ago. So I'm a transplant, from the South, from the dirty South, over here on the West Coast, trying to do some awesome and big things, But I had an very early start, obviously in church, singing and um, choirs, church plays, praise dancing. Had my first job at 11 playing the piano from our church. Um, and I did Pensacola Little Theater a little bit. I have my brothers are very, very, very straight. Not toxic masculinity is not their MO at all, but I couldn't be a cheerleader or a dancer for that matter. But they allowed me to explore my artistic expressions in other avenues.
and and I was going to get into the church growing up.
Mhm.
How was that? When did you come out, and were you out in church, in school? How was that like? What was that like?
I've always been myself. I've never come out. I never felt a need to come out. If straight people don't have to come out, I don't feel like I need to come out. My brothers, they know exactly who I am. And I've never had to really explain that. They're not surprised by my extravagant personality, which is why I'm across the country because I'm a lot to handle at times. So I'm doing them a big favor by keeping this, all the way
That
over here on the
that's
East
why I'm
Coast.
way down here in Orlando.
Okay. Um, but yeah, I probably really came into my identity as a non-binary queer identity after moving here to LA. Driving down WeHo, Santa Monica Boulevard when I first arrived, um, and seeing men hold hands was groundbreaking for me. That
Yeah.
was, that did something else. It was so welcomed and it was beautiful. So yeah, I got to see that at 19 years old and be like, oh, this is possible. Love is possible for me. Um, yeah, I really kind of came into my identity after moving here. And all my church friends, they know me. They know how I am, and who I am. So I don't feel like I've ever had any, as far as the upbringing in church, those who knew me and grew with me there have been no, obviously, prejudice in any way there. But growing getting older and finding other churches and trying to be a part of other communities of faith, that has been a bit of a challenge because not everyone is down for inclusion or are inclusive. So there have been some stumbling blocks as far as establishing a faith-based family and community,
Mhm.
aside from the faith-based family community that I had growing up.
Now, okay, you did have an accepting childhood with church. Did you have like any internalized issues? Like I dealt with shit like, okay, God's gonna not like me because I'm gay. God doesn't love me because I'm gay, or I'm different from the norm of what they're preaching. Maybe not gay, bi, trans, whatever the spectrum is. That's
Mhm.
not you, but in general, did you feel anything like that, or any conflicts, good and bad, weighing in on your soul?
When I was younger, yes, of course. I think everybody kind of, obviously, because the world isn't, you know, it, I mean, it's not what it is now.
Yeah,
I'm I think this generation is so fortunate that they have terms, to identify themselves as. But for us,
we
most
didn't.
people, we didn't have that. We didn't. I wasn't able to say non-binary. I didn't know
Right.
what that was, and to kind of a little tangent, growing up until about 4, I didn't identify as any gender. I
Hmm.
honestly, it was up until 5 that I really kind of like, yeah, I am a boy, and I am. My mother spent some real good time developing my character and grooming me. Like, God loves you exactly who you are. Low key, that may have been her biggest fear, that I would later become trans or something like that,
Uh-huh.
just because I was such a flower child and so different. Um, but I'm also fortunate that, and we have a mutual friend back in high school, Labria Yates, who was also the pastor's daughter, which is
Yes.
where I went to church. And so she honestly, especially in high school, which is obviously a big time, in your evolving, she was a big played a big part in showing me the love of God, the love of Christ, and just like, yo, you cool, I'm good, God good with you, ain't nothing that can separate you from that. So don't even be hounding yourself with the worries and the stresses of of that. But yeah, when I was a little, maybe like in middle school, I used to sneak into my mother's room and steal her Bible, and I used to pray, and I'd be like, God, well, if this is not what you want, then
You
we'll just
better take it
revisit
away.
that. um but I feel like that is definitely, it's just the wrong, I feel like that's just kind of the wrong way to go about it, totally.
Well, shout out to Labria, number one, because she's a real one. I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
So you did the thespian in plays here, you church and all that. Now, how did you get? What made you decide to move to New York and then have the strength and faith in yourself to truck it to LA?
That's it was a process. And I say it was a process because my mom ended up passing away on my going into my sophomore year of college.
Oh,
So you and that was really the catalyst for sparking a huge change,
hmm,
in my life. And losing a parent early definitely shaped my outlook on life very much, so differently. My mom, would say, "Oh, Chad is probably going to be an obstetrician or a gynecologist or work with disabled kids or something along those lines." I totally have a heart and a passion for,
yeah.
um, working with autistic kids or disabled kids and women and all that good stuff. A funny story. She before I knew that parents would go back and look at your internet history, I didn't know what the hell I didn't know that she was really checking for me like that. But she came in my room one day and she was like, son, can I talk to you really quick? And she was like, I just see, the past week, baby, you just been looking at births. But I had such a
Yeah.
fascination with child birthing, and she obviously, you probably make a good doula. But after she passed away, I really realized what would truly make me happy in this lifetime to live out my wildest dreams. I love singing, I love dancing, I love acting, I love being on stage, I love being in front of the camera. So when when she passed away, I ended up dropping out of college, and the FSU Film School gave me a start. I did some extra work for some of their thesis films. Then I met Akil DuPont, and I was able to sing on the soundtrack of his thesis film Underground. And my first time on set, my first time seeing that camera and
Yes.
hearing action and seeing my name and just that,
Are you ready for your close
me?
up, Mr.
Are you
Williams?
ready for me? Oh, this is what I want to do. And it was so simple. I Over the years, I think I was maybe about 13 or 14 when I was like, Mom, I really want to get into the industry. I told her I really wanted to, get to New York or get to LA because I really wanted to be on Disney or Nickelodeon or something like that.
Hmm.
And she, spent countless money on, piano coaches, singing coaches, acting. We did all types of pro scouts, Mary Lou Nash, you name it, any type of scouting opportunity we traveled to Orlando 3 times before I even graduated from high school just to trying to find scoutings and representation. And every time that we did, they would never sign me. They wanted to sign her. We'll sign
Oh
him if we can
shit.
sign you, is what they would tell her. And she'd be like, no, just sign my son. And they would never sign me. But I kept in contact with one agent throughout the years, I think when I was a junior. And I ended up contacting him like maybe November of 2010. He was just like, you know what? Wow, I will never forget you. And I still have a picture of your mom. And and so he was like, there's an amazing opportunity for you out here in New York. Come out here and let's get you started. So that was Jordan Gillen Dornbaum, my first agent and manager there. And yeah, I mean, I guess the rest is history. But I only lasted in New York. I moved there in the middle of winter
Uh,
from Florida. I
uh,
ain't had no rubber coat. I ain't no thermals, baby, no fur, no trench, no nothing. I had on cowboy boots, and I don't even, I can't.
so
I
the
was
wind
freezing.
was whipping through those boots like through
I
them
couldn't even
open.
walk. It was like ice, like I was not prepared for the climate and for the elements. So, and then it just so happened after a few auditions, Broadway auditions, my agent was like, um, getting feedback from some of these auditions. Well, we think you'd be best for TV and film. You should, give the LA market a try. And I was financially in a place where I could, just drive across the country. So I ended up driving to Los Angeles from Tallahassee. Yeah, in January of
Damn.
2011. Mm-hmm.
How long did that take?
46 hours, but I cut it up into 3 days.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would do that.
It was beautiful. At 19 years old, I
Hell
can't. I
yeah.
still can't believe that I did that.
That's awesome.
By myself. So yeah, pat on the back for me.
Okay, and you in LA was how when did you have the any kind of struggle when you get to LA? Was it or did things kind of just go kind of nicely? Was it a smooth transition to LA or did you have that artist, actor, the story of trying to find the right part or gig or finding a part?
I came to LA really with no expectations of immediate overnight success.
Hmm.
I remember typing in my BlackBerry, um,
Oh.
that I wanted to, since I was dropping out of college to pursue my dreams, I wanted to make this experience my curriculum, and tailor this experience and journey to my own. I wanted to know everything I needed to know about the industry, so that I could hone my craft, and I wanted to get plugged in. So when it came to finding the acting coaches and the singing coaches and getting plugged in those areas,
Hmm.
the go-getter and ambition and drive within me, that's always been smooth, for sure. So I love learning about what I do and how I can best sharpen my skills. Did I have some uphills and some battles? For sure. I moved out here at such a young age off the heels of trauma, and that
Oh
wasn't the
yeah.
best. That wasn't the best, decision. Honestly, now looking in hindsight, I would have done things differently. I'm so glad that I had the balls and the gall to make the jump when I did. But if I could, go back, you know, or look back at it, I'm like, that I was definitely very broken. So I experienced, some valleys for sure, for sure. And then just, coming into my identity and just,
Hmm.
wanting to know who I am and love myself for, who I am. That's an evolving journey as you continue to grow and get older. So, and not to say that that was a trial or tribulation. I've enjoyed getting to know this man that I am, but I've definitely encountered. I slept in my car for a year. Um, that wasn't easy, but for some reason at the time it was like, oh, well, I need to pay my dues. If this is what I got to do, but other people didn't did it, I'm not about to sit here and cry about it. I'm
Right.
just going to put my heels to the ground and and pull myself up by my bootstraps. And every time that I have taken an L or fall flat on my face, I have been able to remind myself, well, if God did it before, He'll do it again. And if I can pull myself from my bootstraps before, I can do it again. I don't care what I face or what comes my way. And then I have a twin who's such a, I mean, obviously that's all the support that I haven't needed to, so many times clearly I've been like, oh, I need to go back to my twin. Like, this is too much. This is too much. I ain't got time. No, no, I'm good. And my twin was like, "Are you kidding me? Nah, son, don't. If that's the reason that you coming home, then if you didn't come home for us, then you stay out there because this is what you are meant to do." And yeah, so it's been easy in that sense. But yeah, I've I've struggled financially, and yeah,
Is
that's it.
there a twin connection?
Twin telepathy and all that. I always say it's just in me and Kobe's twinship. I am the soul twin. Kobe and Charles are so mild mannered and cool
They
and
are. They chill
collected,
as
chill as fuck.
they
And
so chill.
I'm the one that feels for them. I'm the one that gets offended for them. I'm the one that, yeah, Kobe. No, he don't. I talk his ear off, 6 hours at a time, and he's such a great listener. He's such, he's just a great teammate in that way. But yeah, I got all the twin telepathy and
You
connection.
got it all. It all
I
just
got it all.
okay. Well, as long as it's there, we need that power.
Right, 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 right.
So you're in LA, you're doing your thing, bada bing, bada boom, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're on your and there's this show that you're on called Cycles.
Mm-hmm.
It's season 2 is out now, apparently
Season
on
two, and
the
we're gearing
Prime
up
of.
for season three.
Oh,
Yes, baby. Yes.
well, give us a quick little synopsis of what Cycles is about. Just
Yeah. It
and
it
your
really
character.
My character is Sean Jackson, and the show really entails and revolves around a set of friends and how their worlds collide, and the cycles that they're trying to break, and the cycles that they repeat.
Ah,
And and not just within relationships, within family dynamics and career and
mm-hmm.
friendships as well. And it's been an amazing ride. I'm so blessed to have such a great cast. I shout out to my producer and director, Dr. Lewis Jones, and the entire cast. I love them so much because it's so empowering to be around other artists who want it just as bad as you do. And
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care if it's not on TV or or primetime network or not. We're doing what we love to do, and
Right.
that's all
Right.
that really matters to everybody. So coming on set, with no budget, our dressing room is our director's bedroom. We all got to change this. That hustle, that grind. We're
Yes.
so about it. It's everything to us. So you can't tell us anything.
I love
We
it.
already feel like Cycles is that shit. So yeah,
And y'all better get on Amazon Prime. I know you got
Amazon
that
Prime,
Prime.
baby. Yes, Cycle season 1 and Cycle season 2 are on Amazon Prime and YouTube. So
And
you
the
catch it.
Tube. So if you don't
Yeah,
got Prime, you can take your ass to YouTube.
that's right.
After you watch this show, watch it,
Uh-huh.
watch Cycles.
There
Now,
you
I
go.
did, as I was doing my research, I have to do research on my guests, and see what I'm doing. I seen another little funny thing that I watched.
Vinegar water. Yes. How do you like that one? That's my low key one of my favorites.
I love it.
Yeah, Jamin King. He's a phenomenal writer. Oh my gosh, he's such a great writer. His comedy skills are top notch,
It's
and
good. It
this
is
is my first
really.
comedy, and I'm
You're good in it. It's like natural for you. You already a fool. So if you fit perfectly in it, and as
yeah,
soon as I started watching it, I was like, this shit is hilarious. Like
yes,
it's good.
yes. So we're actually doing virtual now, so you can actually go to the Vinegar Water web series Twitter, and we have been doing the season 1 pilot
Oh.
virtually. Yeah,
Okay, okay. I like that. I like when they've been doing that kind of table read virtual,
right.
shooting the pilot or doing the pilot. I like that. So you can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how people really acting while they reading these lines.
right.
So, and you're doing Cycles, Vinegar Water. I love that. You have a book coming out, Twinning. When
Yeah.
what can we expect from Twinning, and when maybe? Can you give a pre-order date or something?
November 24th, me and Kobe's birthday. That's our birthday present. So make sure you go pick it up. I probably will be publishing it through Amazon, and I'd love to do an audio version as well and a hard copy as well. But November 24th, 2020,
Boom.
is it's an amazing milestone year for me and my twin, and to release this book and in honor of my twinship is. Don't you get me crying? It's yeah. I'm elated. I can't wait. But twinning is basically my journey of being a twin and how being a twin has empowered me to overcome obstacles and win at life. There's a very, very special reason why the word win is in twin, and
Twin.
you'll find out when you read it.
Now I need to know.
Come on. Yeah.
Now I need to know the secrets. See,
Yeah.
because that's why I asked. You know, I know things. The twins, they got this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something magical there.
It is. It's something magical. It's something phenomenal. It's a quantum. There's just this phenomenon about being a twin that even shocks me. And me and Kobe's lives are so parallel. Child, we have gotten fired from jobs on the same day, hired on jobs the same day, pulled over by the cops the same day, or a flat tire on the same. It's just so the being a twin is always exciting. It's always exciting.
That
But also give nods to talking about cyberbullying. Obviously, being a millennial, part of the .com era, how to overcome cyberbullying. We talk about suicide prevention.
mm,
Um, I'm not on suicide watch or anything like that, but after my mother passed away, I definitely went through some really dark times, and how did I kind of pull myself up out of that. I also talk about mental health, wellness,
yeah.
for my Black people, and then just overcoming this global pandemic and global awakening. Yeah, yeah,
It's so
yeah,
much. It's so
yeah.
much.
So it's a bit of a memoir of my journey as a twin, and then um, I guess a survival guide for millennials and future generations.
I well, November 24th.
Or yes.
Damn, I got a good memory.
Uh,
That's when the pre-order date twinning Arthur Leland Chad Williams. I post this all in the link for all this for this. That's how I do.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So speaking of the pandemic that we're in, speaking in the
Mm-hmm.
awakening that we're in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know,
My God.
they're
My God.
still out here killing trans girls. They still out here. Trump just apparently today just took away the health rights that doctors and health organizations can discriminate against trans people in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of them being the number one hit list in this realm.
So y'all know where y'all gotta burn down next. So don't forget Sally Mae too. But y'all know. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Love.
No, you talking right. You getting right where I need to be. You talking right. They need to
Uh-huh.
be 1600
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Pennsylvania
Uh-huh.
Avenue.
Yeah. I'm gonna see Al Sharpton in August. I'm gonna be up at this march. Okay.
Speaking, I want to go to this march too. I need to reserve a place in the crowd of this march that's going on because
Mm-hmm.
I want some rioting to take place while we at after the peace, after the peace and love and the speeches. We gonna have to burn Washington down.
Or just go and paint the White House black. How about that?
Allegedly, yeah,
Paint the Black House.
we'll just paint the White House black.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I have to mention this because you know who that Takashi 6ix9ine boy is.
Mm-mm. No, I don't. I ain't never listened to no 69 nothing. I don't know what y'all talk about. I don't know him. I don't listen to that mess. No, I know what you're talking about.
I know you know the I ain't know. Now look, I mentioned him to get to Nicki Minaj cooning ass because people. I don't appreciate
This,
her hopping on a song with this Negro,
this,
this not non-Negro in the revolution, and he is a known snitch.
Miss Petty, Mrs. Petty, love. Whew.
I just wanted somebody to vent that too because I was reading all this today, and I needed to say this out loud to
And
somebody.
you know what? Let me tell you something. And I don't like people coming from my usher. There's one person that y'all can't send. Take your tongue off the king. Now I don't
I'm
care what he got and what he can't take back or give back. I don't care. You got
Usher
me kicked
is
out
the
of my
king of R&B.
ass. And I said what I said when I said what I said.
He's the king. And
Okay.
if anybody was up next to take that from him, it would be Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Amen.
Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody in the running. It's Usher, and next is Chris Brown. But Usher still can perform, still can sing, and still got it all. So he's still the king.
Still the king.
If he got
Always the
herpes
best.
allegedly or not,
Let
that's
me
his
tell you
business.
something. And I'll still wear out Confessions 1 and 2. Wear it out. You hear what I'm saying?
Every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-boyfriend.
I love that.
Woo! I don't know why I keep doing this. This is Patti LaBelle gift when Fantasia was singing, and she you are my friend.
Yeah.
I need you. I need you on again. Actually, we're gonna talk about that.
Come on.
But everybody else is. I mean, all these companies are now trying to be Black conscious. Juneteenth. Do you have any plans for Juneteenth that's coming up? Because we've canceled the 4th of July. I don't know what we're supposed to do on Juneteenth. I know what Juneteenth is. The day that the last slaves.
Yeah, I'm going to a barbecue. I'm gonna be cooking. I'm a cook. I'm gonna do a little soul food spread or my take on, I'm a cook and
you can cook.
I'm going to a Juneteenth barbecue.
That's okay, but can you cook?
Sure, I can throw down. I got to keep Bay happy, huh? Come on now.
You better.
I gotta keep Bay fed, huh? I gotta feed all these cakes I got.
Hey, Baba say Koboshita. Abba Sepo. When you do that, it just gives me in the spirit and I get slain.
Woo! My God.
I get slain.
Oh, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm finna give the floor to my friend, the actor, the author, and you finna tell these people exactly where to follow you, whatever else you want to tell them, and boom, boom, boom. And I'm finna dismiss myself and give it to you.
Let me tell y'all something. Make sure if you're on IG, I'm LCW Millennial. If you're on Twitter, it's LCW Millennial. If you're on Facebook, it's LCW Millennial, and LCW stands for Leland Chad Williams. Make sure you stay tuned. Keep it locked with my boy Will the Third on Sweet the Podcast, baby, because it's been sweet. Woo. We go way back to college. He's always been a tall, fine, sexy Black brother. I'll never forget him. Will, do you remember me in high school?
I remember.
A little mouse. Will, you were always I just remember you being tall and cute.
I remember me being definitely tall and definitely down low.
Really? Oh,
yes. Nobody knew. Well, people probably assumed, but nobody came to me and told me they knew I was gay. But people used to try, but I was like,
I feel like at a homecoming concert, the homecoming dance, I feel like I knew in my spirit.
I'm sure a lot of people knew. I just felt people didn't know. A lot of people probably fucking knew, and I just assumed people didn't because nobody said nothing to me about it. But yeah, wow. That was a whole nother down low story that I was living through.
Oh gosh.
But yes, I do remember you. But again, I couldn't do nothing. And see, this is a different time. This ain't how school is now.
It's not.
People can be free and gay and ooh, nigga, you fine. Ooh, you got a fat ass boy.
Trans, I am so empowered and uplifted by these young trans people. I mean, my trans brothers and sisters. I don't know why.
They give me so much strength. Like, damn, if they that bold to do that, fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's, oh my gosh. I wish I had that, that confidence, Yeah.
And I since I'm on it, COVID, you've been hearing anybody else been getting COVID? Is COVID still killing people?
Apparently so. It's still been rotating on the news here on the West Coast. I think the East Coast is is the climate of its attention is way different than it is on the West Coast. Because I got my mask right here, child. You can't even enter to some stores without it.
Oh, in Florida, they have a majority of these bitches ain't wearing no mask. That's why I say my ass here, and I go to the office when I gotta go there, and grocery store. Well, shit, God, I'm out here in these streets pretty much, basically. Fuck it, I'm out here. So I don't know, but most of these motherfuckers ain't wearing no mask. I just went to the 7-Eleven to get some wraps.
All right.
I was the only bitch in there with a mask on.
Wow. Wow.
Making me look stupid, but I don't feel stupid.
No, everybody wearing their masks around here. I mean, they California, they've been ready for the apocalypse. I have a pastor friend. His whole basement is filled with. But he been had the toilet tissue and paper towels and water and canned goods. They ready over here on the
He
West
was
Coast.
ready. He got his doomsday bunker established and set
Literally.
up
And
for
the
the
drill.
end.
His family knows the drill. So,
It's time. Let's
I
get the
said,
fuck
y'all just
out of
believe in
here.
guns, but they don't even believe in guns. I said, well, child, I can't help you there.
Oh, they don't believe in guns. You're gonna need some kind of weaponry.
You don't need that. The hell, the way this, if Trump, when he is not voted, we might need them.
How you feel about this election? See, you keep talking, so I'm gonna keep popping shit in. So
I was like nobody, no Trump, low key. I can't trust not nan other white man politician, nan another no more. Okay, no, whew, there's only obviously one candidate that I'm gonna vote for. That is Joe Biden. And which is why again, while I would plan to march because I can't vote for him unless he chooses an African American woman.
running mate.
And I think running mate. And I think people are like, well, why are we making such a big deal about him having? It's not even a big deal, and I don't think it's even a conversation of question.
Because we don't trust his ass.
We don't trust his ass.
And we need
all
a
these other
sister in there.
they can be bought by all these big pharma major corporations and stuff. I can't have anybody who can be bought. Stacey Abrams,
That's who we need.
Fresh. She's still fresh and she will stick to her guns.
That's who we need.
The way she handled herself on The View or anytime she's being interviewed, I can trust her.
She's the one. She's the one. Fuck Kamala. Sorry, Kamala.
We already know her.
She's the police. Fuck the police. Yeah. I don't want that Val Demings bitch, the representative from here, who Joe Biden loves in cahoots with, but she love the police too. Fuck her. We need Stacey Abrams.
Stacey.
Or take Biden off the fucking ticket and give me, if I need a white man, it better be Bernie motherfucking Sanders. And let me tell you, that's who I wanted.
Yeah, that's who Charles wanted. Yeah. Charles got me onto Bernie for sure. Yeah, I actually wanted Bernie, but when he had a heart attack, I said, Bernie, you got to sit this one out.
But he came back.
He came back now. He did come back. But I was like, I don't want this thing to kill you now. Okay.
I like this a lot of stress on you, Bernie.
A lot of stress, love.
A lot of stress on your heart. My God, on your heart.
On your heart, now. Come on, give it out a rest.
It's a big one.
Okay.
I thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
And this has been actually a stress reliever for me from the stressful part of the day. This is a stress relief to talk it out, get some knowledge.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think everybody is just trying to keep their head above water and not let the weight of our world drown us in what it is. I mean, this is most emphatically a necessary time. So I encourage all y'all out there, Black Lives Matter, and self-care, mental health, wellness is your key to, to being triumphant over this time and era. And I'm so excited about what's to come. People are saying that, the government are just pacifying us. They acting like they going, I can't give into the conspiracies because we will blow this we will burn this.
That's the point. And they see that now. We will burn this bitch to the ground.
Okay, and don't
If
forget
you
Saturday.
motherfuckers fuck up, if y'all we ain't taking that no more.
No.
We just waiting to be triggered. We still out here protesting. Don't let the news fool y'all that I'm going to a protest in the morning.
Come on.
So I mean, it's still happening out here in
Sure.
multiple cities around the world. So don't let the news fool you like this shit is dying down. No, we out here.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. Shout out to you and Sweet. The 30th episode, come on, what's good? Yeah, all the power to you, for sure. Thank you.
No, thank you for being a guest. You're a good, esteemed guest that we've had. An actor, a thespian of the sorts.
Yes.
Okay.
Soon to be Emmy and Oscar and Grammy and all that.
All of those things, especially now they finna start really giving black people they do because they know we'll burn Hollywood to the ground. They know we will. Starbucks already been canceled just to that quick.
I don't go there for that high price mess anyway. I don't see what y'all seeing, but okay.
I don't be there at all.
Yeah, I mean neither. To each their own, child. I listen. I can. Anyway,
I brew some shit in this kitchen if I needed it.
Yeah.
See, we from the South. They don't
know.
They have no idea. We is from the South, baby.
That's right. Right.
Y'all, you know where you can follow me. I'm finna do this while you all on this screen. I'm finna go and give them all this spiel, and don't you leave this live because I gotta talk to you after this is over. So hold on. All right. Now you know where to follow me. You can follow us where you're watching at Sweet.ThePodcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram, it's Will.the3rd and Will_the3rd on Twitter because somebody stole my shit and I couldn't get it back. But if you're looking on YouTube, it's Sweet.ThePodcast, one word, no spaces. Boom, it'll pull up. Please subscribe. Please like, share, all these things. And this is a long ramble that I have to give. But it's also, we're on audio podcast platforms, Google, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Spreaker, all those shits. Anywhere you can listen to a goddamn podcast, you can listen to this. And please rate and review and subscribe, preferably on Apple because that is the largest podcast platform. So please do that for a brother. I ain't even asking for your damn money unless you want to subscribe to Sweet the Podcast Presents Spilled Tea, where it is a little more R and X rated. You can subscribe there, and it's only $4.99. And the first episode will be up tonight, right after this. So, bada bing, bada boom. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And I holla.